Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Danopps Ent. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded a video, but I had to come back for this special occasion for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I just saw the movie today. Literally not exactly fresh out the theater, but it's been a few hours since I've seen the movie now. And I don't know why, I just felt compelled to give a review on it. I've seen lots of other reviews on YouTube. I've seen Jeremy Johns, I've seen Chris Stuckman, I've seen Tyrone Magnus, I've seen Film Threat, I've seen Real Rejects, and other YouTubers that I follow give their opinions. I've also seen lots of debates on Twitter right now. Twitter is on fire. There are lots of people praising the movie. I also see some reviews where people say the movie was underwhelming for them. I see people that are constantly debating where this movie ranks in the Spider-Man, collection of movies. Some people are saying this is better than No Way Home. Some people are saying it's not as good as No Way Home. I've even seen some people go as far as to say that Homecoming and Far From Home are better than this movie, vice versa. But alright, with all that preamble out the way, and actually, I'm gonna let you know how I feel about that, by the way. I'm gonna give you guys my ranking of this movie and how I feel like it stacks up against the other Spider-Man movies at the end. But first, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the movie. Now, if you're watching this review, you're probably no stranger to all the talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day right now. For the most part, it has overwhelmingly positive reviews. And I would like to say that I definitely am among those positive reviews. I thought Spider-Man Brand New Day was a good time. It was a very good time. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a perfect movie, right? And no movie is perfect, but what I mean by it wasn't a perfect movie is that as much as I enjoyed the movie, I do think that it was held back by some pacing issues. But other than that, very good movie. So let's talk about the story. I thought the story was pretty good. If you are caught up to Spider-Man, basically in the last one, No Way Home, when Peter teamed up with, the other Spider-Mans from, the Sam Raimi movies and the Amazing Spider-Man movies. We're continuing off the aftermath of that. Peter Parker, made a wish from with the help of Doctor Strange to erase the memories of him from his best friend and girlfriend, Ned and MJ, right? Okay, cool. So this movie takes place 4 years after the fact, and Peter Parker, he's thriving as Spider-Man. He's beating up bad guys. He's doing a good job. He's getting a lot of love from the city. However, as Peter Parker, he's very depressed. He's pretty much watching his best friends through social media live their lives, having a good time without him, and he misses them dearly. Alright, so the movie taps into that emotional side of that, and I think for the most part it does a really good job. This is some of Tom Holland's best acting that I've seen in his movies. I mean, No Way Home was a huge improvement, but I think this movie really, if No Way Home solidified him as he's really earned that title as Spider-Man, I feel like this movie was the victory lap. This is the movie where, he's on his own. He has to figure things out for himself, and he's not completely alone. There's some cameos in this movie, but I feel like the cameos help to make the story more entertaining rather than holding Peter Parker's hand or Spider-Man's hand, and I'll explain that later. So the story was good. I I don't want to say anything spoiler wise. There is another. So you got. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my thoughts across. So okay, so you got Spider-Man, you got MJ, you got Ned, you've got Hulk and Punisher in this movie. That's not a spoiler, by the way. Those are in the trailers. That's public knowledge. If you didn't know that before watching this, I am so sorry for you, but those were in the trailers, and pretty much most people knew that going into the movie. And I feel like it's very important to touch on those aspects of the movie because they're so great. And like I said, those were in the trailers. So technically, I'm not really spoiling anything for you. If you didn't know that, I'm so sorry, but it is what it is. MJ and Ned were good in this movie. I think they did a great job. I think Hulk was great in this movie. Mark Ruffalo did his thing. John Bernthal's Punisher. John Bernthal's always good. I really, really liked the kind of big bro, little bro relationship that they had in this movie. I thought it was great. And John Bernthal, he definitely brought a lot of ironic comedy relief to this movie because one thing I really do like about the story here is that it's a little dark, and it's very dark and emotionally resonant, compared to the previous Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man No Way Home got a little dark and serious when Aunt May died, but this movie carried that tone throughout, and I thought that was really good. The characters were good. The action, oh my God. Listen up. This is easily some of the best action you will ever see in a Spider-Man movie, and this is definitely hallmark action for the Tom Holland movies. If you are a fan of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, and generally speaking, those movies are hailed as having the best action in all Spider-Man movies, right? There are some scenes in this movie that are, man, that gap is closing. Tom Holland Spider-Man, they're starting to step up the action. I mean, he's doing stuff in this movie. He's moving, he's swinging, he's running on walls, and he's webbing people all over the place, and he's doing kicks and flips and slamming people into the air, and slamming them, using his web on the ground to slam them back into the ground. And they even took some inspiration from the video games and stuff like that. I thought that was really, really cool. Also, there's lots of little moments that pay homage to previous Spider-Man movies. I won't say any more than that, but if you are a big fan of Spider-Man movies, you're going to see certain moments and you're going to be like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I remember when they did something like that in Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2, you know what I mean? And as a Spider-Man fan, who's been riding with the character, since a kid, I've been reading comic books, I've been watching the live action movies. I mean, it's just, there's so much nostalgia and good action and just cool set pieces. So, yeah, the action was great. The music, I would say the music probably stands out the least, in my opinion. In my personal opinion, I don't really see any scores that are comparable to Sam Raimi's, but it's fine, it's serviceable. So I just want to get all the things I like about the movie out the way. Like I said, story's good, characters are good, action is great, the best we've seen in the Tom Holland movies. My biggest gripe with this movie is that I feel like it is bogged down with trying to focus on too many characters. So for most of the movie, right, the main focus is on Spider-Man trying to get over the fact that he now has no friends. And midway through the movie, it kind of focuses into something else that I don't want to spoil, you know. And the pacing it gets a little sluggish. You know, I don't want to say that I was bored. No, like I was never really bored during this movie, but you know, there is a bit of downtime. You know, there are bits of downtime throughout the movie that it kind of like takes away from the fun parts of the movie. And I understand that this is very important to tell the story that the movie's trying to tell, but I couldn't help but to feel like I wasn't completely satisfied from the beginning to the end of the movie. Like, overall, the movie was very good, but, you know, because of the pacing that happens in the middle of the movie, I did start to feel a little bit of I wasn't bored, but there was like a dullness somewhere in the movie. You know, there's dullness sometimes in the movie. And that's really my biggest gripe without going into spoiler territory. I might do a spoiler review, but overall, I think this is a very solid Spider-Man movie. Anyone who's a fan of Spider-Man, I really don't see how you can come out of this movie without enjoying anything. At the very least, the action. You know, there was great freaking action in this movie. Very, very good. Lots of scenes where they pay homage to previous Spider-Man movies. There's also like certain poses. There's iconic poses that Spider-Man does that are ripped straight from the comic books. So if for all the comic book nerds out there, you're going to be eating very good during this movie. And you know, it really shows. Like I've read lots of things. You know, I've read that like Tom Holland really like went out of his way to like talk to the producers and tell them what the fans want to see in a Spider-Man movie. You know, I heard that it was Tom Holland's idea to get Punisher on board for the movie. Punisher wasn't even a part of the script at first, but Tom Holland decided to reach out to Jon Bernthal and see what they can do to get him in there. And, you know, I'm hearing Jackie Chan actually helped with a lot of the fight choreography, which shows, you know, so overall, man, great movie. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm going to give Spider-Man Brand New Day an 8 out of 10. I think it's very solid. You know, it's got some pacing issues, but overall, a fun time. Definitely worth watching, worth rewatching. It's doing very well in the box office, and I can see why. And I'm looking forward to the next one. And as far as where I rate this movie, okay, in my opinion, now this is subject to change, but after a fresh watch, I do think that I enjoyed this movie a lot more I definitely enjoyed this movie a lot more than Spider-Man Homecoming. I enjoyed it a lot more than Spider-Man Far From Home. I don't think I enjoyed this quite as much as No Way Home. I think No Way Home was the tighter, more solid movie from start to finish. I don't really have any pacing issues. I said piss. I don't have any pacing issues with that movie. And No Way Home was like a 9 to me. So I would give this movie a 8. Still good, still great. It's not, in my personal opinion, it's not the best out of Tom Holland's movies. but it's up there. You know, this is the second best. I don't rate it higher than Spider-Man. I don't rate it higher than Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1. I don't rate it higher than Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. But I would definitely rate this higher than Spider-Man 3. But yeah. But as far as Tom Holland's here, and I rate this higher than Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 by Andrew Garfield. You know, those movies were okay. Amazing Spider-Man 1 was I think Amazing Spider-Man 2 was a lot better. But this movie clears both of those. This movie definitely clears both of those. But when it comes to the Tom Holland movies, I think this movie clears everything except No Way Home. But to be fair, I mean, No Way Home is kind of a cheat code. I mean, you take all the Spider-Mans from the different movies, you bring back all the old villains, you know what I mean? That movie was kind of like, you know, a magic trick. But still, I couldn't help but to feel like, okay, I think I like Spider-Man No Way Home a lot more than Brand New Day. But Brand New Day is still a great movie in its own right, and it's definitely worth a watch if you are a Spider-Man fan. Tom Holland, you did a great job. You did your thing, sir. Keep killing it. Please continue to care about what the fans want, and please keep doing whatever you're doing, fighting behind the scenes to, you know, allow us to have more awesome shit that you know we want to see in these movies. And yeah, man, that's all I gotta say. That's it for, you know, this normal review. This is a non-spoiler review. I'm pretty tired. I might get into spoilers some other time, but for now, yeah, that's it, y'all. My name is Danopps Ent. This has been my Spider-Man Brand New Day review. I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't seen the movie yet, please go out and see it. It's a great time. And let me know what y'all think in the comment section. All right, I'm signing out. Peace.